aspects in the higher education system. Though we have seen that we don't have this particular system in our primary school or the high school, but that is mentioned, and according to the UGC guideline also, this is something which is very mandatory for us to implement, execute in a proper way. It become a now need to implement the mentorship program in higher education institute. So ma'am, can you please start my slide? I already share or
Just a minute.
yes. Before the proper session start, I am asking a few normal question to everyone, that how many people are aware about this mentorship concept? I personally know all are supposed, because these all are the faculty development program. Under that, IoT has taken the opportunity to organize this workshop. But yes, how many faculties are aware about this concept? Any idea? So this is national level faculty refresher program, and even in according to UGC, we have a caste system. Many organization, many institute, they are successfully implementing this caste process. And this particular, if you are attending such type of a refresher program, that is really value addition if you are applying for the caste process. So I really thanks to IoT Academy for organizing such type of a national level faculty refresher program, which really benefit to the every faculty who are associated with various institute, various higher education institute. Okay, ma'am, next slide, please. Now, this concept is very well known in considered with the Indian knowledge system. We have this particular concept from since the IKS had generated, but formally, which is not introduced in our education system. The what is mentorship program? This is very structured program where experienced mentors guide students in their academic, professional, and the personal growth. So this is something maybe you people are out like, then what is the role of a teacher? And we have a parents also. So they are also working as, or maybe we can again call them as a mentor. Now, why mentorship in higher education specifically? Because this is something, the structure of a higher education institute is totally different than your preschool, high school, and the UG level. So bridge the gaps between theory and the practices, because when students they enroll themselves for higher education, their last or maybe their final goal is to they're making themselves ready. Either the system where they into the higher education system, they are both the part, like a students and their teacher, they're making themselves ready for the market so that they can placeable in the existing market. So this is something which is very much important to bridge the gap between theory and practice, because they need to implement the theoretical concept in actual, supports academic and the career goals. So this is something which is very much important, because this is a stage of or the career stage or the stage in their personal life of individual student where they're thinking for their future career point of view. So here, this mentorship program help them to identify the career path and map career according to that. Promote holistic development. Now this is really important, as even according to the UGC and NEP 2020, everyone is aware about that. They have implemented, and every university, we are implementing this particular subject, that is IKS. This has become now the important aspect for the holistic development, because now considering the global or economic structure throughout the world, it become essential for the Indian student to promote the holistic development. Next slide, please, ma'am. Now, this mentoring is a unique method of supporting students to improve their learning and their leadership skill, motivating them towards their future career development. So this is something we have very structured system to help student individual keeping their interest, keeping their strength, weaknesses, considering their SWOT analysis time to time, and helping them for their future career development. Mentorship is a relationship between two people where the individual with more experience, knowledge, and the connection is able to pass along what he has learned to a junior colleague within the certain field. Mentoring involves a personal interaction with the mentee. Now, there are two mentorship program. We'll find the two extremes. One is a mentor and second is a mentee. Mentoring is essentially a formalized relationship that supports and encourages professional learning. So this is something which is very much important here to understand. This is a very formalized relationship. In mentoring, a sound and the trusting relationship will rely upon the degree of understanding and responsibility shared by the mentoring partners. So, just I'm taking one example like a teacher. What is the difference between a teacher and mentor then? Teacher is associated with this his teaching till he's associated with that particular maybe course or maybe that particular semester and concerned with that subject oriented, whereas this is a somewhere we are considering this mentorship program is a short term and the long term. Okay, so we are having two patterns of the implementing the mentorship program in a higher education. Next slide please ma'am. The establishment of the relationship is very crucial and will determine the level and the quality of a dialogue. So mentoring is a dynamic process that and the developmental network of mentoring can help mentees identify several mentors who can address variety of career related needs. Now, this is something a very specific or very precise definition which is given by the Oxford School of Coaching and Mentoring. Mentoring is to support and encourage people to manage their own learning in order that they may maximize their potential, develop their skill, improve their performance, and become the person they want to be. But that's why I'm saying that it's a very strategically plan a process which time to time there is a provision to edit update that certain things, and ultimate goal is to improve the performance of student in a 360-degree manner. So this is very broad perspective to implement or execute the mentorship program in the higher education system. Next slide please ma'am. Mentorship program in higher education institute play a vital role in fostering academic and the personal growth among students. Now, these programs connect students with experienced mentors who provide guidance, support, and insight to help them navigate their educational and the career path. Now, here, mentorship program can be formal way and informal way. Now, what is meant by formal? Where the institute itself, they are systematically divide all the students enroll for that specific year. Maybe we are starting from immediate when they enroll in their first year of their higher education, any courses. So we can plan the mentorship program during induction and orientation program. Now that is somewhere which every HEI they are implementing induction and orientation. So in the same induction and orientation program, we can introduce this mentorship program and we can properly distribute the student who enroll in that specific academic year. We can assign a mentors to the respective mentees. So if they are aware about, because this is a for them something, they are changing their domain, because higher education system somewhere they're thinking about, they want to make themselves ready for the market. So they are coming with a lots of dream, and here they are trying their level base so that in their career or their career path, the mentorship program play a very important role. Next slide please ma'am. So before starting with the mentorship program, we need to formulate what could be the possible objectives of mentorship program. So considering the objectives, we have a very systematically plan this mentorship program. Motivation. So we have to motivate the students. Advice. This is something which is very much important. According to the need in the market, or according to the need of that individual mentee. We come with mentor, he or she can advise their respective mentee. Success, direction, coaching, support, setting a goal, and the training. So these are the various objective. These are a few objectives of mentorship. If individual mentor, again, they can broaden the objectives aspects and they can plan their mentorship program very systematically. So there is a lots of scope where you can formalize your own way. Next slide, please, ma'am. Mentoring relationship emphasizes helping the individual grow, accomplish goals, and includes several approaches to doing so. A mentoring experiences may provide professional and career development support, role modeling, and the psychological support. Mentoring experience should include plan activity with the mentor. Now, this is nowadays very much important. If we consider today's generation, they are very, their IQ level is very strong. Whereas if we find out, or we can consider take a survey, they are lacking in their EQ. So somewhere changing in your social system, due to that, that directly impact on their psychological support. So that's why here, being the mentor, he or she can plan for how he can help their student in a psychological, because that is really important nowadays. The purpose of a mentor is to help you grow as a person and become the best version of yourself. So there are many times which happen that the individual student, they are not aware about their hidden skill, or they're having something which is that person, we are aware that is a somewhere, I think, a psychological aspect, jury window, which gives us there are a certain hidden aspects of your personality, and that is something your parents, they are aware about. Maybe you are not aware about your skill, your personality. There are, you have certain skill. So this is something which is very much relevant that the other people, they are aware. So here, this may involve helping you to achieve your personal or the career goals, introducing you to a new ways of thinking, and challenging your limiting assumption, sharing valuable life lessons, and much more. So there are many more objectives. Next slide, please, ma'am. Now, because this concept is very broad, we have segregated goals into the various aspects, which will help us to design our career mentorship program, and we can execute in a proper way. Now, for simplicity, we have categorized into the first, that is very much relevant, academic support. Now, because even in academic support also, we had to list out a certain activity, how we can help the individual student in the academic way, assisting students with their academic challenges and helping them achieve their educational goal. Now, here what happened, many times when there is a mentorship program launch or implement in any organization, now student, in the initial stage, they are, for them, maybe the new course is totally different, and then sometime it may the student may find, or mentee may find difficult to learn, or maybe they are getting a lots of difficulties to understand the conceptual aspects of that new concept or a new theory. So here, being the mentor, you can take this as a challenge and help the student, maybe through your network, through your PR, you can help the student so that they can uh, they jump from the slow learner to the fast learner. So that is the academic support. Here we can ask this mentee also to identify your key challenges, where they are lagging. Maybe there are a certain conceptual failure, or maybe they are not able to understand certain models, how to implement that. So here we can guide him accordingly. With your peer also, you can take the help. Mentee also, mentor can also take a help from their respective expert people, and you can help your mentee. Next segment, we can categorize into the career guidance. Now, providing advice on a career planning, internship, job search strategy, and the professional development. Now, here again we have systematically planned. The person who joined the higher education, he's no idea about what are the scope in the labor market, or what are the requirements in that specific domain area. So for him, that is a totally, when he joined the higher education system, for him or her, it's totally new thing. So we can map, we can sit with the mentee, we can discuss with it according to his interest area, we can help him to map his career according to that we can, again, there are lots of internship opportunity available nowadays in the various domain area. So even that is a requirement of the higher education system also. And the provision is given after the first semester, first year, in the summer break, they can enroll themselves for the internship. And the many organizations, they are ready to provide this stipend if they are giving the good performance during their internship. So this is something a very broad platform where student or the mentee, they can learn the conceptual in the practical way. So we can help them in internship, job search strategy. So again, in a job search strategy, so for that we can initiate this particular help from making him ready with the various skill set required in the market, like various soft skill. Then we have how to build your CV, how to make your CV catchy, because nowadays what's happened in the HR domain also, there are no more like earlier we used to have that uh, people working hard to collect the CVs and then matching with the requirement. They have their job description ready and they are trying to match the job specification. So we are calling it as a job profile. Whereas nowadays the softwares are available in the organization setup, and then that's why you had to write or prepare your CV in a such a way that it can be automatically catching the only keywords. So we have, being the mentor, we have to help the students or a mentee to how to draft or how to make your CV very catchy, very attractive. So in first scrutiny only, your CV gets selected for the round. Networking opportunities, personal development, supporting student in developing a soft skill such as a communication, leadership, and a time management. So here also we can list out according to your domain area, we can list out various soft skill required for that particular job or a profession. So in the market nowadays, like we must have the communication skill. In that also we have the verbal, non-verbal, we have a written communication. So though you are not doing any drafting work, but still content writing, it's very very important. Just after, if you join any service and you want to apply for certain leave, you must understand how to write a application, leave application to your senior or to your immediate where you want to take a leave permission. Or maybe there are a report, you need to report some your senior people, or you need to seek a report from your junior. So in that sense also, there is some standard language, it is very formal language. So that is a communication, written communication language, they're calling it as a content writing. So this is very much important to help them in a content writing. Then leadership, now this is, there is always a debatable topic whether it is leaders are born or leaders are made. So I consider that is a two-way process. So here even the mentor, they can help this mentee to build the leadership profile, leadership technique, or leadership initiative. So the people, when they work in the job, whenever any job profile, they can show the leadership style. Then time management, there are time manage, because now time never wait for anyone, and this is very much important that you need to respect the time. So we can list out the various soft skill, and then again we can organize, we can conduct the various workshop, one-to-one interaction, we can provide him the lots of material, written documentaries, videos. So with the social media also, we can have that personal interaction with your mentee for their personal development. Now networking opportunity, now it is very much important. For that, being a mentor, first you need to build your network. So in current market or in India nowadays, not only in India, but if you have a network throughout the global, because social media come with some very, what you can say, the ready platform available, we can connect to anyone within a fraction of a second. So we must encash this particular benefit which is available in with the help of this network software or the various social media platform. So networking opportunity, helping students build professional networks and connect with the industry professional. So nowadays LinkedIn profile is catchy. So this is something which is very much important, that we can help student to be very selective while using the various social media platform. Then emotional support, offering a safe space for students to discuss personal issues and stresses, contributing to their overall well-being. So this mentorship program, this is something which is based on the mutual understanding, where the respect is given and taken. This is a two-way process where somewhere you have to build this relationship in a such a way that when you are giving the mentee one platform, he or she can discuss his personal problem, personal issue with the mentee. So that is the emotional support. Sometime maybe they can ask from the mentor, and you have to be ready with how to help the student at the emotional level. Next slide, please, ma'am. Somebody has raised a hand. I request the organizer to where have a issues or any comments or anything. We can take all the call at the end of the session. Benefits of mentorship program. Now gain support and the knowledge, become more productive employees. This is something which is important, that how we take the supports and the knowledge. So impactful mentoring provides mentees with the advice, wisdom, and the encouragement, as well as new skills and institutional knowledge. So for this, even mentor has to do lots of homework, how to design the mentorship program for him or for her, so that he can make this mentorship program very attractive or very successful, become a more productive employees. Feedback and the guidance from a mentors can improve workplace performance. Now in the higher education system also, when we are taking a feedback from a mentee also and from mentor also, this gives the idea that if there is a lacuna when implementing this mentorship program in the higher education system, we can implement or we can introduce certain changes, which is a requirement as per the suggestion taken by or mentee and the mentors from both the side. Mentoring relationship helps you grow both personally and professionally. Positive mentors are natural role models. They help shape your behavior, work ethics, and social persona in a positive way. They provide professional guidance and help you identify and work towards your professional goals. Now, often they can connect you to others in your chosen field, giving you a professional leg up after a graduation. So, they mentors are ready. They are doing their homework and they are trying to give everything what you demand from the mentor. For that, again, mentee must be ready with their issues, their problem, their challenging areas, so that they can freely discuss with their mentor. In the collegiate setting, mentors provide insight into the college culture and help you navigate issues of a time and the stress management. A good mentor will also be there simply to listen when you need someone to talk. And you can always benefit from hearing about a live experience of someone who has been your position before. Now, this is something I have taken this issue from our current social and the family system. If you visit any family, because of that mobile or net, or what we can say, the various social media, we are having our own space, and we forget to discuss or having a normal in our traditional family system. In the joint family system also, we used to stay together, and we don't have that particular mobile or TV or whatever the particular gadgets. So now what happened, the kids also, they are so involved in using this gadget, they forget that their parents are in the that particular room, or their grandparents, they are staying with them, and then we stop communicating with them, and then there is a gap. Now this gap is now it's more broader, and because of a nuclear family system, again and again, in that also what happened, only one kids, or we pamper a lot with the various providing him economic facility or monetary type of giving lots of things as a gift, or but here what that particular age group required, maybe that particular student, he want to discuss something with the parents, and that parents are not readily available, because somewhere your economy is saying that it's become now a need, or I to say it's a crucial need to for both the parents to maintain their lifestyle to work, and due to that they both are away from their family. So even kids or the mentee or the student, they are not getting the enough time to discuss or personal contact or personal touch of their parents, and due to that somewhere their emotional quotient nowadays becoming very less. So we, as a mentor, we need to take this cause very seriously, and we had to help, because somewhere there is a, which is this gap which is created from our social and the family system. This gap can be fulfilled with the help of this mentorship program. Next slide, please, ma'am. Mentoring programs are strong resources that ensure students are receiving full support they need to be successful during and after college. Now, this particular mentorship program is not ended if you're done with your degree or diploma or something. It can be continued if the mentee required or willingness of the mentor. If you're willing to give a mentorship after also, that is their mutual understanding. As a tool, mentoring helps transition student from the life as a new student to graduation and then onto their full career. Mentoring students can help them assimilate to a new academic topic and increase their likelihood of academic. Here are some tips on the mentorship program, which is I have listed out, and even I'm sharing my personal example. When I was doing my pursuing my engineering, and after that also MBA also, the institute only they have provided me the mentors, and I'm still in with their connection. And always I feel though after the my 20 years work experience in corporate and the direct teaching, I'm still taking a various advising decision. I'm connecting to them. All my mentors are with me whenever I needed their help. They are ready to give me a guidance on various stage of my life. Identify clear goals and expectation. Adapt a flexible schedule. Encourage self advocacy. Now, utilize a check-in system to receive updates. Establish deadlines and stick to them. Hold regular meetings to report progress. Encourage students to ask questions. Give quality feedback on assignment, projects, or tasks on any their personal things also. If you list out our mentorship program, we can first start with, we need to identify the goal and the expectation. So that is a both party, like a mentor's expectation from mentee and mentee's expectation from a mentor. Now, whenever they want to contact you, we need to keep some provision so that you have, maybe you are associated with some other profession, and you have to give us some time bound schedule that at least once in a week, twice in a month, or according to the willingness from both the party, you can schedule. And that is a regular interaction between mentee and mentor. Encourages self advocacy. Now this is nowadays very much important, because we had to help the mentee so that their further career in the next life also, that mentee he can stand for his rights. So this is very very important aspect. Self advocacy nowadays very much important. You had to fight for yourself. So utilize a check-in system to receive update. Now this is again something which is very much relevant. We had to update the system to receive the various updates. Now it can be from the various domain area, from the economy, from the political area. So this is what is happening outside. We had to update yourself, as well as you had to keep update, and so that you can help your mentee according. Establish deadline and stick to them. Now, whenever you are having certain time bound schedule, for that also, if you have given them key, complete this task, or provide your SWOT analysis, or submit this particular project, or maybe some various test, personality test. So you assure that mentee must complete that particular task in that particular deadline. So time management, again, I'm saying it's very much important if you want to make the program successful. Regular meetings, which gives that there is no gap. Then encourage student to ask a question. So this is something which is very much important nowadays. Even you people are also experience the same thing. Student in the classroom also, they hesitate to ask the question, or rather I say that we forget a thinking process. We just, because of this virtual media and everything is ready made available, we have initial days for just to write an answer, we used to refer the original reference book. But now students, they are having a lots of guidebooks available, and there is no need to identify the answer from various reference book. So if they are getting everything ready made, even this particular chat gpt, chat gemini, these all the ai, they are helping them to make their task easy. But even we need to make them or understand that these particular tools are available, but how to use in a proper way, that is again important. So give quality feedback on assignments, projects, or just not copy and paste. It's supposed to be meaningful. Okay. So next slide, please, ma'am. Now, when we are implementing this mentorship program, when I was discussing about we have a various mentorship function, for a simplicity, how we can design it or various supports. So first we had to list out the support functions, and then we had to think according to what is exactly the requirement. Now supports, the psychological support. Now this particular psychological support that indicate what type of a support our mentee require. So according to that, we can list out the various activity, how we can help our mentee. The psychological and emotional support. Mentor encourage mentees, help with the problem solving, and use the active listening technique. Now, role modeling. Mentors serve as a guide for mentees' behavior, values, and attitude. Mentees benefit from engaging with mentors who share values and a deep level similarity with them. Allows mentee to see themselves as a future academic. Right? This is very much important and relevant. You become a role model for your mentee. Now, when you are focusing on psychological and emotional support, parallelly, you also focus on your psychological requirement. So, because sometimes the mentee seeing a role model, you become a role model for a mentee. So, again, you have to polish your behavior. Next slide, please, ma'am. Now, this is something which is very much important, the career guidance, because immediate after the higher education, every individual, they are dreaming about their career and the various domain area. Their what their any dream about their what is exactly the money oriented or maybe the standard or the professional oriented. So we are helping the individual mentee to achieve their career path. So how we can do that? So again, in that we can categorize under career guidance, skill development, and the sponsorship. So that help for their career support. So career guidance, mentor provides support for assessing and choosing an academic and career path by evaluating mentee strengths, weaknesses, interests, and abilities. Now, if we consider today's global market or a labor market, there are lots of scope for various domain area. Now, prior to advise your mentee, we need to list out what are the scopes available in the market according to his requirement. And then to, if you want to pursue that, what is the requirement? Maybe he's having the domain knowledge, but he fell into technical skill or a soft skill. So we can help the individual mentee to fulfill the requirement according to the future demand. Suppose there are the particular job description demand is some technical skill, so we can make him to pursue certain technical oriented knowledge or some software oriented knowledge or various different skill which is a requirement of that specific job. The mentor's role includes helping mentee reflect and think critically about the goals. So now what is meant by critically? Because when you are setting your goal, uh, it must come with certain objectives and various alternative, because it's happened many times we are dreaming, and but sometimes because of various what we can say the barriers or the filters or various challenges and the constant, we're not able to achieve that goals. Now are we ready with the plan B? Even in a personal life also, there is many people, they are saying that we must have our plan B ready at any time it needed. So even we can help our mentee to be ready with your plan B, because whenever we are dreaming and we're struggling hard also, we are not aware about the future. So if we are not able to achieve the goal, uh, think for alternatives which can be achievable. So that's why we are always saying that we must plan a smart goal. So it can be measurable, it can be achievable. So this is very much important to help your mentee to plan a smart goal. The mentor facilitating mentees reflection on exploration of their interests, abilities, beliefs, and idea. So here again, according to their interests, yeah, sometimes we can just show him the future demand, and if we can help him to create his or her interests according to the requirement in the market. So we are helping to convert him to have hobbies, or some there are lots of various ideas. Reviewing mentees progress towards a goal. So we need to identify when we are targeting something and we are progressing to achieve that. We need to identify one by one or step by step key, these are a certain things, skill, have you achieved that, have you achieved that. So cross verification. So this is done by the reviewing of mentees progress, challenging mentees decision on avoidance of a decision, and helping mentees to realize their professional aspiration. So this is very much important. Though we are targeting something or we have a professional aspiration, how to achieve that? So for that, we must plan some strategy to achieve in a very systematic manner, without a straight, without a failure at the first attempt itself. Now, skill development, mentor, educate, evaluate, and challenge mentees academically and professionally. Tutors or provides training and focuses on the subject learning. Now, this is skill development that goes along with your subject area or the skill required as per your domain knowledge, or maybe that is a requirement of the specific domain area. And the various sectors like automobile sector, they have a various skill set. The IT sector, in IT sector, various skill required. Academic, if any mentee we want to shift into academic, according to that the skill set required is totally different. So we need to understand and which sector you want to join, and according to that we need to list out the skill set. We can help the student or the mentee according to the requirement in the market. Now, sponsorship, mentor publicly acknowledge the achievements of a mentees and advocate for me. Now, this is something which is very much important. Sponsorship. Now, this is not always in a monetary term. In non-monetary term also, you can sponsor your mentee in a various public domain area. At least whenever any achievements, we can celebrate that achievement in a different groups, or with the help of certain social media, where you can recognize the achievement of your mentee, which really motivate. And if you are appreciating in front of a public, it that something really important aspect in the mentorship for a team building or a bonding, because this is a mutual relationship. So that really help for a mentee also to boost his energy, and he's taking this relationship very seriously and sincerely if you sponsor him in a various ways. Next slide, please, ma'am. Next slide, please, ma'am. Now, how college mentors can foster a student. Now, we had to plan very systematically. A college mentor can support student in their academic and professional pursuit, but we had to plan it in a well in advance. College mentors can offer professional advice and guidance as well as the personal support. An effective mentor listen to the student's needs, is flexible, and can identify solution to problem. So a student can benefit from having multiple mentors, each offering unique skills and experience. Now, if pursuing a virtual mentorship, make sure you communicate your expectation clearly. Now, this is very open platform where initially when we started with this particular session, I said that this particular mentorship program can be formal way and also informal way. So that is you as a mentee, your self interest that you can um, appoint or you can request any person who you feel is an expert in specific domain area, and you can request him, okay, I want you to be my mentor. And that is based on the willingness of that person. If you want that he's ready to really give a guidance and to become your mentor, so that is really win-win situation for you. So this is something which is very much important in the student life. Though the institute, they also provide the a formal mentorship program. Beyond that, you can also have your informal mentorship. Next slide, please, ma'am. How mentors help students during a transition. Now, what is mean by this transition? We have to understand first what exactly mean by transition in the student's life. Now, types of transition such as making the move from high school to college or from college to your first job now can be daunting. Now, this is something that a stage in the your life when you are a mentee, that is very new platform for you, and sometimes you may confuse with the various opportunity which come along with your career. So here, in that way, this is a phase where you are jumping from one phase to other phase. Like when you are shifting from your education system, or when you are a student as a mentee, and after that you are supposed to join certain sector or a certain area or your profession. So this particular phase is very critical phase, because here you have to be more responsive, more learner. And this phase which is captured by the during this mentorship program, here mentors can play an important role, because this is something you become so emotional, because when you are joining an organization, the everything is new for you. To adjust with the new environment, that can be a daunting for yourself. You are not able to this is something you are not able to adjust with the new environment. And then because new social system, new culture, organizational culture, new employee, new behavior. So this is something which is very much important for you to understand your requirement. You must freely ask help from your mentor, advice, and then according to that mentor, he will guide you how to adjust with the new surrounding or new atmosphere. Having adequate support during these times can improve students experience and their ability to succeed. Now this support can come from many places, including mentors who share with students what they learned when they underwent similar transition in their lives. Students can connect with the potential mentors in many ways, such as by talking with faculty member, on-campus supervisors, and the academic advisors. So there, like I was saying, that you can have your multiple mentors, informal way. Multiple mentors help you in this way. Like they are available in the they can be they are your faculty members, or maybe in your campus they are a supervisor or academic advisor. So he you had to connect with the various mentors. Formal mentorship program are also common at the college campuses, because that is somewhere nowadays it become a mandatory according to the UGC norm, and again which is listed in according to the NAP 2020. So every even nowadays the mentorship program it's introduced in the school level, school stage only. The goals for these programs include increased retention and the graduation rates, higher academic achievement, and guided career exploration. So, when you in a formal mentorship program, when people when they join your course or join any particular higher education institute according to the domain, that person is not aware about what is up in the future or what are the career. So you have to list out what are the different career path or career or different designation, role, and the responsibility here available in the market. According to that, you can help your mentee to build the personality with the various skills, various soft skill, and the technical skill. College mentorship program can be particularly beneficial for a specific groups such as the first year student, first generation student, and the students of the color. So this is very much important. So this is a mentorship program in the campus, and here it can be again implemented formal way and informal way. Next slide, please, ma'am. Supporting the mentoring relationship. Now, mentoring has long been recognized as a powerful tool in a career development. Early career psychologists are advised to find mentors either informally or their own, or to participate in formal mentoring program. Now, this mentorship program is not ended in the college itself. Many organizations they are implementing this mentorship program. HR department they play a vital role in introducing a mentorship program in various organizations, because this is something which is very much they when big organizations are thinking about their long term projects or overall productivity of a organization, So they had to focus on the, because they nowadays they are calling it as a HR capital, and they are investing a lots of fund, lots of money for the on the HR. So they are formally introducing a mentorship program in the organization, various company, from maybe they are centralized this system, or even they are implementing this mentorship program in their various branches also. So this become now essential in the organization as well. Regardless of how a mentor and the mentee can match, etiquettes and ethics demand that relationship be conducted in professional manner with consideration and respect for both individual. Now this is a vice versa. You have to respect your mentee being a mentor, and this is a something which is important. Mentee have to respect a mentor, and mentor have to respect a mentee. Two-way mutual understanding. The leadership within an institution must first recognize and identify the need for the mentoring, and then plan, develop, support, and promote program that directly address specific workforce gaps, both current and future. When we are ready with your particular mentorship program, we have to plan how to implement. Whenever, if you found during the implementation phase also, if you found that we want to update certain stages, we have to keep the provision so that we can alter the your mentorship program according to your respective mentee, regardless of whether the leadership at an institution recognize and support mentoring. A staff member's career can benefit from a mentoring relationship even if not officially sanctioned. So in many organizations it could possible that they are not having a formal mentorship program, but once you're having this particular mentorship program session through this refresher program organized by IoT, something at the end of this session or end of this refresher program, there is something which is take away through this session, and you can start your informal mentorship program whenever you are working with any organization. So after 1 year or after one semester also, if you can able to make a difference in the any student's life, it really benefit to you also, that motivate you कि you can play an important role as a good mentor. So this is something which is very much important, supporting the mentoring relationship. Next slide, please, ma'am. Now, these are a 4 stage of mentoring. Prepare, you have to prepare, and for that again, we have very systematic plan. Initiate, you have to execute it, we had to cultivate, and after that, we had to evaluate, because we have started the mentorship program with some active objectives, like career objective, your personal objective, your professional objective, how to support the student. So when we are initiate this particular program, and we are also adding lots of things to cultivate the mentorship program in a successful manner. So if you want to check that whether the objective we achieve or not, we have to evaluate the process. So this is a 4 stage mentorship program in the relationship cycle, life cycle. Next slide, please, ma'am. Now, support is to be ensured broadly in time allocation. So as reduce allotment, time for mentoring activities and time for professional learning activity. Now, if you want to implement this program at your organization or your particular institute, we need to keep the mentorship program in the timetable itself. So that's a responsibility of head of the institute, or maybe the director or the principal of the concerned institute, to keep the provision maybe once in a week or the twice somewhere, half an hour, to have a session or have a one-to-one interaction with the mentor and mentee, if that is a formally introduced in the organization. So well consider teaching load and the class allocation, which takes into the account the beginning teacher's experience, and the many times that's my personal opinion. Whenever I'm going to set this mentorship program to the various institute, they said, "Ki ma'am, then what happened to our personal timetable?" Because you are somewhere having two responsibility at same time. So how to justice with this mentorship program? So that is a call of from the higher management. If they are keeping the provision in the timetable itself, that really help you to make this program very successful. The position of an induction and mentor coordinator as a leadership position in the higher education. Now, this is something again important. Regular and timetable mentoring meetings on a weekly or fortnightly basis. The mentor and the novice teachers working in close physical proximity to one another. There's supposed to be a connection between the mentee and the mentors. He must be reachable whenever the mentee giving you call. At least if you are busy with your certain work, some work, you need to drop a message or communicate him. Ki, I will take your call afterward. I will connect to you after some. Let me finish my task and then I will connect you. So that is something you need to communicate him in a proper way without any misunderstanding. The mentor and the beginning teacher teaching the same year or a subject level, active support from the higher education leadership for both the beginning teacher and the mentor. Now, this is something which is very much important. Now, this particular slide I prepared only for the teacher who are initiate their um, new inning in the academic. They are very new to this particular sector. For them also, the senior teacher, they can play a role as a mentor. Now, mentorship program in higher education, it doesn't mean only for the student. This is somewhere even the teacher who are joined recently, and for them, they are very fresh to this particular sector, teaching sector or this academic sector. Even the formal mentorship program help the teacher to build their career in the academics. Now, for them, immediate mentor, their senior or their director or their management also, they can play a role as the mentor. Next slide, please, ma'am. A mentee is someone. Now, we need to differentiate between mentor and a mentee. So, what exactly mean by this particular role? A mentee is someone who has identified a specific personal or the professional goal and who believes that the guidance and help of a mentor and being held accountable to the mentor can help them achieve their goal. Or anyone who want to learn and seek valuable advice from someone who knows in order to grow professionally and for personally. As such, the mentee needs to actively participate, retain critical faculty, seek new capacities, seek overall development other than domain area, remain open to multiple influences, and own responsibility for success. For empowering the teachers in the broad spectrum of areas and developing their holistic personalities, two-phase mentoring strategies, especially for the teachers who are new entrant in the higher education system, have to be planned. Now, when we are joining the academic sector, we are not aware about the requisite or the requirement of the higher education system, because somewhere we are not completed your MPhil, PhD, or your contribution in a research domain area. Recently, I don't know how many people they are aware about that. UGC, they have cancelled the UGC Care Listing Journal. So, if we want to publish your research contribution or research paper, research article into the new into UGC Care lists, please don't do that. You stop contacting the UGC Care Journal, because now there is a no validity. So this is something, this information you people are not aware about, but your mentor, they can help you to publish your research, how to apply for a patent, because this is something which is required for a teacher also to be a part of an academic system. That is your career planning. And just to be excel in your subject domain area, that is sufficient, and that is not sufficient. You have to find out your career path, where to contribute, maybe in the research area, maybe some CSR activity, or maybe some social activity. So through that also, your respective senior faculty, they can help you as a new faculty. So that again, a mentorship program, this is which I added a few slides on how this mentorship program for the teachership also. Next slide, please. Now, this is about the mentor is a teacher or an advisor who leads through a guidance. Mentor is an individual with the expertise who can help develop a career of a mentee. The mentor guides, trains, advises, and promotes the career development of the mentee. The mentor is anyone who offers knowledge, insight, perspective, or a wisdom that helps other people professionally and also goes beyond duty or a obligation. So this is two-way mentorship program. Functions can be categorized career level and the psychological level. Now for these two aspect also, we can appoint our two different mentor. For career, who is already have a big career or the experience in that particular domain area, we can seek advice and we can appoint him or her as your personal mentor. Whereas psychological, we can select few uh, relatives also, or some friends also, any alumni also, or teacher who you feel they can help you in your psychological need. So that is up to you, that is up to the mentee. In an informal way, if you want to appoint or ask the any person to take advice, they can help you in a psychological ways. Next slide please, ma'am. Now I'm just going quick because this is a self-explanatory. Personality characteristics of a mentor require a knowledge, role model, a very confident, willingness to nurture, volunteer to participate, empathetic, flexible and collaborative, continuous learner, good interpersonal skill, diplomat, non-competitive and committed. So these are a few personality characteristics of a mentor. If you want individual faculty, if you want to start your mentorship program in your respective organization, so these are a certain listed characteristics of your personality. You have to find out and do your analysis. If not, then you can again build that personality according to the required skill set. Next slide please, ma'am. Now, career function help the mentee learn ropes and they prepare for the career advancements. In that, we can simplify by giving. We already discussed this, but now we can systematically implement phase the mentorship function into the career option, coaching, challenging assignments, exposure and visibility, and the protection. So nowadays there are lots of platform available through which also we can take the information and help our mentee for a career option, career function. Next slide, please. Psychological function help the mentee develop a sense of competence and clarity of identity, role modeling, acceptance and confirmation, counseling, friendship. So these are a few functions in that being the mentor you can play for the psychological function. Next slide, please, ma'am. Now, qualities of a mentor: willingness to serve as a source, because this is very much important. If something in the professional manner you want to implement this mentorship program in your organization, so the willingness from the current or existing faculty, we require that. And for that, there are certain qualities of a mentor that he want to serve as a mentor to their mentee, as an advisor who provides a multiple perspective with the guidance on the better options, as an advocate, confident and the trained, as a sounding board, as a person who opens the door and the facilitate connection and the sponsor for promoter to others in the community. To be very specific, mentor provides a constructive feedback by reviewing their mentee's draft proposal and papers. Now, sometimes, suppose if you are asking the comments from your friends, they don't want to hurt you, so they are giving the yes, you're suppose you're asking your friends ki, how you're looking, so they are giving a very fair comment, yes, you're looking so beautiful, but these are just, they don't want to hurt you. But mentor in that sense play a very important aspect. They are giving you constructive feedback, that giving a pros and cons. Suppose there is a certain loops or a failure after the evaluation, they are covering it the how to fulfill that requirement. So that is a mean by constructive feedback after reviewing the mentee's draft or a proposal or a paper. Mentors can also provide a constructive feedback on a instructional activity both inside and outside of the classroom. Perspective and the sponsorship in impactful or beneficial services is also encouraged. While it is not required, it is valuable and encouraged to involve their mentee as a co-author in proposal or facilitate contact with others as appropriate. So even we can, in a collaboration, we can writing certain research paper, doing certain surveys. That is again your mentor and mentee. They can come up with certain new research work also. So here you can help. You can give a the dignity as a co-author if you are involved in certain research activity. A mentor may also involve the mentee as a collaborator, leading to a co-authorship or a journal research papers, books, articles, and many ways. So you can this is a quality of a mentor. You are giving them a scope so that he can learn with you. Next slide, please. Demonstrated success in a professional activity is essential for tenure and the promotion of the faculty, including having secured and sustainable, substantial external research funding, published extensively in a peer-reviewed or accused journals, valuing teaching as well as the owning recognition as a respected teacher and serving in a leadership role in their local, national, professional community, mature professional and the research career standing, and the readiness to nurture younger colleagues, ability and desire to work with others with unselfish, caring, and genuine interest in the welfare of the faculty, department, and the larger research community at the university, mentor values, credibility, integrity, confidence, cooperation, and citizenship, communication skill, professional activity, credit, and intolerance of harassment. Suppose if you are willingly involved in the mentorship program, uh, rather than your any type of a loss, you will definitely gain a maximum things like you are also have your big connectivity or networking. Then you have your what you can say, the knowledge wise, information wise, you can broaden your aspects, and then you can work as a very professional way in a mentorship program as a teacher. Next slide, please, ma'am. Now, these are the desirable. This is not essential, but yes, if you are willing to continue with your internship program, assertive knowledge, confident, competent, approachable, honest, empathic, a good listener, experience trustworthiness, patient, accessible, creative, kind, consistent, fair, non-judgmental, respected by their peers. And this is something, and there are many personal skill or soft skill which we can include in the qualities of a mentor, like we have listed the qualities of a mentee, here qualities of mentors. Next slide, please, ma'am. Now, these are a certain expectation from a mentor. We have focused like what the mentee can do, and then what are the expectations from a mentor. Awareness of the mentee teacher's context of learning, understanding of a teaching practicum requirement at the teacher's learning aspects, contextual knowledge of a mentees, teachers' online learning modules, pedagogy of adult learning and the mentoring and knowledge of the teaching profession, understanding of a higher education system and the teachers' effectiveness performance criteria. So this is very much important. Like many of the university, they have a API score at the end of academic year. They are calculating the performance score. These are the performance indicator. Your contribution in various domain area like actual direct teaching, your research contribution, your active participation in conducting a various activity for students, for the maybe you are involved in any faculty development program, any refresher program, any orientation program, any MDP, your contribution in the what you can say, the uh, getting a certain consultancy, certain projects for your organization, then sponsorship program, funding program, CSR activities, any social activities, your various research, whether you are going as a resource, sharing certain sessions, or your contribution in various, what you can say, the various aspect can be measured. That is the expectation from the mentor. Collection and the interpretation of evidence of a learning, analysis and reflection on evidence of a learning, use of effective observation skill and the strategies, demonstration of a professional leadership and understanding of the potentiality of effective teaching, counseling and guidance skill, suiting to the needs of requirement of the mentee, role model in various dimensions of academic. Now, many teachers, they are doing excel in their subject, but there are what we list out from these slides. They are not having their research contribution. They don't want to be a part of any faculty development program, but they're saying we are now experienced, we are seniors, so there is no need to be a part of any faculty development program. So rather than we are saying that mentee are a continuous learner also. Mentee and mentor both are the continuous learner. So if you want to excel in your mentorship program, being a mentor, you also keep your domain and keep learning. Next slide, please, ma'am. Now, qualification and experience of a mentor. If you want to be a mentor in your respective organization, previous life, he or she must have contributed to at least one of the areas like research and development, curriculum development, instructional material development. This is something which we are framing a policy for organization, counseling to the various uh, category wise or maybe gender wise. There are government recognized body, ICC, various acts which is implemented in the higher education system. It become mandatory that, like suppose anti-ragging or POSH Act, because considering that to preventive measures, every student or every mentor, they must know aware about the what could be the preventive measures before committing any type of a mistake in the organization. So for that, we are making them aware about the provision in the organization immediate in the induction and the orientation program. So members of national or international policy level committees engage in a motivational talk. Direct subject teaching is essential, but parallelly above criteria again are important if you want to become the good mentor. Next slide, please. These are the roles of a mentors, offer advice that helps the mentee develop. The role is not to make a decision for the mentee, make or give him the options and let him take his own decision. You are giving her direction. These are the various alternatives available with us, and let him take a proper decision. Train to be efficient. Guidance and advice for one mentee may also be the appropriate for another. Be aware of a potential pitfalls, over dependence of a mentee exploitation of a mentee's influences. Sometimes they are over dependent on you, so you need to avoid such type of things. And then exploitation, sometimes it's happened. That's why the various legal aspects also you must aware. So exploitation, part of, we need to avoid such things which is illegal in the process of a mentorship program. Be sensitive to be the difference between the developing a mentee and using the mentee. So for your personal sake, you have certain personal work to check your question paper, or you have certain personal work in, don't ask your mentee to do that. Be aware of the dynamics of the relationship. Developmental needs may change. So this is something which is very much important. And then according to the requirement of a mentee, he are changing. We have to help him according to the need of a mentee. Next slide, please, ma'am. Now, this is a structure of the mentorship program, mentor-mentee matching. So, if it is mismatch, again, there is a these are the gaps in mentorship program. It's supposed to be matched, mentor-mentee matching. Students are paired with the mentors based on their academic interests, career goals, and the personal preferences. Regular meetings, schedule one-on-one or group meetings between the mentors and the mentee to discuss progress, challenge, and the goals. So that's why I said there's supposed to be provision in the timetable itself. Ki have a 1 hour or half an hour once in a week, twice in a month, so that you can effectively implement a mentorship program in your prospective institute or organization. Workshops and the seminar, conducting workshop and seminar on the various topics such as resume building, interview skill, industry. So this is the organization. Through this mentorship program also, we can have a collaborative approach where we can organize a various workshop just for improving their soft skill and a technical skill. Feedback and the evaluation, which is very much important. Regular feedback session to assess the effectiveness of the mentorship program and make necessary adjustments. Networking events. Now, this is nowadays very important aspect for your personal career mapping also, and mentorship program also. Networking. Now, we are blessed with such a nowadays that social media platform and the gadgets, we can connect the network and the organizing networking event to connect meets with the alumni, industry experts, and the potential employee. So there is a very formal way to build your network strong. Next slide, please. Now, what are the benefits of the mentorship program? Enhance the academic performance. Mentorship helps students improve their academic performance by providing a personalized support and resources. So, this is something they are getting very personalized suggestion and a feedback. Career readiness. Students get valuable insight and guidance on the career planning, making them more prepared for the job market. Personal growth. Mentorship encourages personal development, helping students build confidence and essential life skill and the various soft skill, technical skill. Increase engagement. Students who participate in mentorship programs are often more engaged with their studies and campus activities. Stronger alumni relations. Mentorship programs strengthen the alumni relations by involving a former student as a mentors, fostering a sense of community and giving back. Now, during implementation of this mentorship program, you can take a help of your alumni. Even you can build your alumni network, and through this particular network system also you can build or make this mentorship program very successful in your respective organization. Next slide, please, ma'am. Now, these are a few additional role and the characteristics of mentors. Role model, he is supposed to be role model, energizer, envisioner, investor, supporter. Investor in the sense of a money, not a money in a time. Standard product, teacher, coach, feedback giver, eye opener, door opener, ideas bouncer, problem solver, career counselor, challenger, and many more characteristics he can play. Next slide, please. Now, mentee and mentor and mentee meeting for a mentee and for this is a comparative setting a realistic goal, time commitment, clarifying roles and the responsibilities, feedback and communication, be efficient, respect boundaries. So this is for a mentee. So there is a boundary between the in the relationship. You don't cross that boundaries. For a mentor, establish effective working relationship, create an environment for a learning, context of a practice and the leadership. So this is both the party, mentor and mentee. They had to keep their limitation in mind when they want to enter into the mentorship program formally or informal way. Next slide, please, ma'am. Now, this is a one model which is you can again. I'm not discussing this model in detail, but rather I ask the permission from the organizer if they would like to share this model implementation strategy to all the participation. It will easy for me because this is something one model which is generated. I just going a model wise implementation strategy just for empowering the teachers in broad spectrum of areas, developing their holistic personalities, two-phase mentoring strategies. So you'll have a model one. We have model getting started. Model two is defining a coaching and mentoring. Model three, setting goal. Model four, understanding the reality. Model five, developing options. Model six, wrapping it all up. Next slide. Next slide, please, ma'am. So model 7, the importance of trust. 8, providing a feedback. 9, overcoming a roadblocks. 10, reaching the end. 11, how mentoring differs from a coaching. Model 12, wrapping up. Now, if you people want to implement, if you go model wise, that gives us a clear cut idea to smoothly implement the mentorship program very effective way. Next slide, please, ma'am. So this is a takeaway from this mentorship session. Learning idea. Learning does not only take place inside the classroom. Developing relationship with the students contribute to their growth. Mentors also grow and learn while mentoring by solving issues. Mentors influence mentee because you for time being you become a role model for a mentee. When the mentor role is taken seriously, it brings pride to the profession. It's really happened. Teachers as a mentor must invest in student. Next slide, please, ma'am. Many relationship come because when this mentorship formally set into the your respective organization, so that is a time bound. 2 years PG program, it can end. But if that mentee feel that they want to continue the mentorship program, there is again a willingness from the both the party. If you want to continue with your mentorship program lifelong, that is up to you and your mentee. If you want to continue with your mentorship in, then now it become an informal way. Many relationship come to the natural end when the mentees learns enough to be the independent from a specific mentors. New mentoring relationship with others may be more beneficial than continuing an exhausted relationship. Program end may not mean the end of relationship. Informal mentoring can continue if both the parties agree. Pilot program will assess how mentoring made the aid both mentees and the mentors. So next slide, please. So this is all about from on a mentorship from my side. Now the platform is open for any